One subject that is important also to consider while driving a commercial vehicle, a school bus, is the overhead clearance. So the overhead clearance, what you have to look at is that every time you come underneath a structure, a bridge, an overpass, if it's less than 16 feet high on the interstate, it should be labeled, it should be indicated. You should have a sign like this that tells you what the height clearance is. If anywhere else other than the interstate, if it's less than 14 feet high, then again it should be labeled. The standard height for an 18-wheeler is 13 feet 6 inches. And for a school bus or a bus, it varies. It goes normally anywhere between 10 feet 4 inches to 11 feet 6 inches. And the best practice as a school bus driver is to assume every time that you need 12 feet of overhead clearance. So if I ran across, I come to near a structure and there is a sign like this that tells me that there is only 11 feet and 3 inches of height clearance, of overhead clearance, then the best practice would be to just choose an alternate route, to not go there. So that way I don't come into a collision, with that bridge or that structure. So I will demonstrate how to proceed. So I'm about to come near an overpass over here ahead of me. We see that overpass. And I am looking for an overhead clearance sign. I need at least 12 feet of overhead clearance room. I look over here, I see no signs, so I assume that I have enough room to go through. And indeed, I have enough clearance to go through. So that's the way you need to proceed. Also, you need to consider when you come near, the branches of a tree. Most likely there will not be any sign, but you try to assess, if the branches are so small to where even if you come into contact with them, they're just gonna rob your roof. It's no big deal, just proceed. But if you feel that these branches are large enough to be, an obstacle and be a danger, then I would advise avoid those branches. Also, you have to consider if, for some reason, there are some power lines that are out of order because there's been a car crash or anything. You see a transformer that caught in fire, you see a lot of disruption. Consider that there might be some lines that fell down and have become an obstacle, and you no longer have that overhead room available. That happened to me once. I saw a similar situation, and I tried to get my vehicle out of the way because it was on a major highway, and everything else distracted me from the fact that some power lines had come down lower. And I missed it. And I was lucky enough. Those power lines only rubbed against my roof. There was no kid on board, and I was by myself. I had to go get kids, and the power lines just gently rubbed on the roof of my bus. But if they had been lower, it could have turned into, you know, a problem. So those are aspects that you need to consider.